Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create an unfolded wall elevation just like the one you see in this photo using the environment plugin. So this plugin was created especially for landscape architects or other site planning designers, and it was made to help us avoid all these complex and repetitive actions and just to make the entire design and modeling process more efficient and fluent. Today we're going to learn how to use the wall layout command. And I'm gonna demonstrate on this project right over here. So as you can see in my layout, I already have my grids in place, and these grids will also appear in the elevation view, and it will help us know which part of the wall we can see in the detail view. Now I'm gonna go to 3D view because this command only works on 3D view. To create the wall layout, we simply have to use the tab key to select the entire chain of walls that we want to see, and then go to the environment tab over here, click the wall layout command, and now if it's the first time you're using this command in this specific project, the wall layout settings will appear. But if it's not the first time and you still want to get to the wall layout settings, it's very simple. Just go to the environment tab, to the presentation panel, and click this little drop down arrow over here, and you can get to the wall layout settings immediately. Now we have some parameters that we have to define, but before I explain about each parameters, I just want to say that basically the elevation view that we're going to get will be composed of detail items, fill region and detail lines. And so now we can understand why it asks us whether or not we want to join wall regions. Okay, because the wall will be composed of different filled regions, and we can actually select to have this entire wall one filled region. I'm going to leave it unchecked now. Now we have the option to define whether or not we want to cut the wall regions by front line. So remember, in this layout we're going to have a profile line, a line that represents the profile of the ground in one side of the wall and in the back of the wall. So I'm going to leave this one checked for me. And now we also have the option to define whether or not we want to show the previous phase. So for example, if you have a topo surface that is the existing phase of this project and the floors are the new phase of the project, you can choose to have a line profile that represents the existing ground as well. So I'm going to check it for this example. And now we have to select the basic, let's say, distance from the wall, okay, the surface profile. Where do you want the environment to check and to cut the profile? So usually we will have this distance about the same as the thickness of the wall itself, because where the wall stands there is no elevation. So let's say 0.2, I work in meters, so it's 20 centimeters for me, and 0.2 on the back line as well. And now you can also create the surface type that you want environment to refer to. So my recommendation is to always leave it checked unless your project is really complicated and layered, and so then you really want to define the specific surface that you want environment to refer to. Now let's click OK. So the next part is to select, of course, the wall layout command, and then Revit will ask you to select the face of the wall. It basically defines what is the direction that we're looking at the elevation view from. We can either have this side of the wall at our front of the view, or this side of the wall at the front of the view. So now I'm going to check the road side of the wall, and there's this really nice feature. Environment asks you whether or not it shows the wall correctly, and I will say yes. And now we'll just wait for the calculations to be over. Okay, so our wall layout is prepared, and now let's dive a little bit and see what it's composed of. So if we go inside and we select this area, you can see that it's a filled region, as we said, and basically environment created a new filled region type that has the same name as our wall type. Now, even though it's connected, when we change the wall, this elevation view will not be updated, and we will just have to recreate it. But if we update the material of the wall type, we will see the difference in this view. So that's something that you're really able to update. Now, this area over here is a filled region that represents the part of the wall that's under the ground. You can see the red line over here. This is, if we select it, you can see it's a front line. So actually environment gives us some new line types and filled region types. So this one is a front line, and we can see over here the back line represents the ground in the back side of the wall. And also we can see the green line representing the existing topography of this project. Another two things that you can see is, of course, the grid heads, as we said before, and this little filled region that represents the railing. It's not showing the exact shape of the railing, but it does show us the elevation of the railing and the correct representation of it, because usually we show the detail of the railing in a different view. So now that we have our detailed elevation set in place, of course we can add a lot of dimensions to it, like use the spot elevations to see the elevations of the wall. Of course we can use dimensions to check the dimensions of the different gradings of the wall. And we can also use detail item tags or multi-category tag to show the details that we used, the types of walls and railings that we used for this wall. So this is basically a regular elevation view, and it might include other parts of our model that we don't want to see, and this is why environment automatically creates a new view template to use in this view. So you can see its environment wall layout. You can easily change it, edit it, just like another view template. This is it for today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, you are more than welcome to check our website arcintelligence.com and go to the product description for more tutorials.